Okay, I'm not sure if I'm live. I'll give it a try. I'm checking on the other computer if I'm live. This is the first live stream from my smartphone, and I honestly don't know if it's working. So if you guys, you can just let me know with some kind of a message. That might be the fact that the live stream is turned on. Still don't see it on my computer though. I want to talk today just so this is going to be a different video from what you're used to see from me, right? So this is going to be completely different. Okay, you guys, just let me know if you can see me, okay? I honestly don't know if it's working. So I just want to know if the live stream is working. Good. I want to talk about how I got into live streaming. Into radio, and live stream, of course, later. I was like, probably you guys, you all have a little bit like a story like me. I guess everybody has their own story about what it goes. It seems normally I should maybe turn my camera, but here we go. I was with my brother, and we had a neighbor. He was an Englishman, living right next doors. One day he came to us and he said, "Hey, you guys, you know, it's yours. Play around with it because I'm gonna trash it. I'm gonna just, I don't need it anymore." So, and this guy, I'm not sure if my connection is good enough. Be okay. Let me know if you can hear me, you can see me. So I got that CB radio from the neighbor, and he was so kind to give it to us for free. And we hooked up the antenna, me and my brother, and we found a car battery that we used as a power supply. So luckily we didn't connect the wrong wires to the car battery. So what happened is that, you know, we set up the antenna, we start to listen, and we heard a guy. He was like down the road, and his name was QRZ was de Belg, which means the Belgian guy. And I think my internet is not really good. This is gonna be better. So that guy, he told us, listen, you should be very careful about your CB radio because you need to do some grounding on your antenna. We just took that antenna, we put it right next to the wall, we hooked up the radio, and we started talking. And obviously we didn't have a good SWR. So the guy who was living right down the street, he told us, listen, I'm going to come over to you guys because if you're going to start talking on that radio a long time, you're probably going to screw up the radio. So we're going to give you I'm going to give you a little help. So he came over and he put it on the sink of the water sink of the roof. And we got a more or less flat SWR at that time, so all good. Later on, you know how it goes. You have only 40 channels AM, and you go like, oh gosh, I wish I had more channels, you know. So we ended up in buying a second-hand radio, maybe a month or 3 later, and this one had 80 channels. AM, SSB. I don't think we had FM at that time. There was very few frequency modulation around, so it was mostly AM and FM. AM and SSB, but no FM. So we had that SSB radio, and of course, you know, turning on the buttons and going to different frequencies, going to the higher channels, and I ended up in SSB. And one day there was wonderful sporadic E-propagation. Maybe it was around August. I don't remember exactly. August, maybe September. And I remember I started talking with some guys from France. So I was completely, you know, I was surprised I could speak to France, yeah, you know, with that radio. So my French was not very good at that time, but yeah, we had some fun with these French guys. And then came along the you know, the other English people and, you know, the rest of Europe. So, wonderful time. Now, about 2-3 months later, my granddad, I was living with my grandparents over the weekends and during public national holidays and all that kind of stuff. So, when I was living with my grandparents, I loved coming here. That's where we live right now, because there were animals, and you know, as kids, there was also always something happening. So I came down to my grandparents the other weekend, like 3 months later. I got that new radio, and it was Sunday morning. My granddad, he was a religious guy, so he woke me up. He woke us up, me and my brother, you know, like 8 a.m. in the morning, because, you know, at 10 a.m. you have to go to church. You have to attend the church ceremony. So we wake up at 8, take a shower, eat a piece of bread with Nutella on there. You know, it takes maybe like 15-20 minutes and you're good to go. But, you know, you have another hour to kill. So I sit down in front of my radio and I hear some French guys in single side band. And I break into the QSO. You know, in the morning nobody else was there, so, and they let me into the QSO and they go like, okay, just tell these guys, listen guys, I won't be able to stay too long, because in 45 minutes from now I need to go to the church. It's almost 10 a.m. in the morning. I need to go to church with my grandparents, so I cannot stay. And they go like, you know, no, it's not 10 a.m. in the morning, it's 10 p.m. over here. It's like, we're gonna go to bed. And I asked them, where are you guys? Where the heck are you? In French. And nous on est de Papeete, Tahiti. I couldn't believe my ears. I couldn't believe what I was just experiencing at that moment. I was talking with, I think that radio had maybe 12 watts on a vertical antenna into the other side of the planet, and I was talking into Tahiti Papeete. And the funny part of the story goes like this. I couldn't believe it, so I jumped in the air. Like I think I probably jumped like 2 meters up in the air. I was like, I did it, man. I reached the other side of the planet. But then my doubt started to kick off, and I said, these guys are maybe fooling around with me. Maybe they're in France, maybe they're in Belgium, who knows? I couldn't believe it. I couldn't really imagine that my Skywaves is reaching the other side of the planet. So I asked these guys, listen, I've got a P.O. box here. Here's my P.O. box. Here is my town. Here is my zip code. Here is a country. Do you send me a card? Because I really have doubts, you know, that you're really there in Tahiti Papeete, the other side of the planet. And, you know, a couple of weeks, maybe a month and a half passed by. And one day I got the QSL card. That was unbelievable. And the funny thing is, they wrote this QSL card with Belgique. Normally in French you would write Bravo Echo Lima Golf India Quebec Uniform Echo Belgique. So Bravo Echo Lima Golf, right? And they wrote on the the guy, he wrote on the QSL card, Belgique, Belle Bravo Echo Lima Lima Echo Golf, etc. So Belle means beautiful in French. He wrote Belgique, and it arrived. I still have that QSL card. I'm going to show it in one of these live streams. I'm going to show it to you guys. But I still have that QSL card somewhere in my, you know, in my cup, in my closet from Papeete, Tahiti, with only 12 whiskeys. In the morning, I was talking to the other side of the world, and that's the moment I said, okay, this is a great hobby. I just, you know, when the kids of the neighborhood, they would come around and they would say, hey Kurt, let's go, let's take our bike, let's go for a ride, whatever. I'll probably hide myself somewhere and pretend I'm not there, because I wanted to do one thing, is talk with the world. Being able to talk into the rest of the world with that radio. This was my window to the world. I was 16, 17 years old. I could barely speak English. I could barely speak French. and it was fantastic. And I will never forget these moments where I was talking to Tahiti Papete. I couldn't just believe it. So that's my story, guys. I'm pretty sure you have a story to tell, so you just let me know. Let me know if the live stream is working out well. I just had to disconnect my local area network. I'm just using the 4G. I'm just doing this test now because I want to save a little bit of my data for the antenna that they will take down on the 10th. And I'll create an event here so people know. So the event is planned on the 10th, so it's Wednesday between 12:30 and 1300. Normally that's when they will blow up. It's going to be very hard because they expect a very cold weather at that day, so it's going to be like -5, -7. So I definitely will have some trouble keeping the camera. I'll probably have to take something with me to keep the camera up in the air because I won't be able to hold my hand all the time and shoot the video like that. Okay, that's it, guys. Little story. If you like these kind of videos, let me know. I'll in the description. Okay, I will do it for you. I have many more stories to tell that about radio, and you know, we can just dream away about how it was at that time. 73s from 1.7 OFF. Enjoy, and it's the first time I'm doing this live stream. I hope it's okay. Sorry for my long rattling. Bye bye. 73s.